people, when I put up a video and you put up a certain response, it tells me a lot about you. It tells me a lot about you. So when I say, if you cheat, that is the content of your character, and you lack integrity, and you come in and tell me that's my opinion, that tells me a lot about you. Because if you cheat, that is the content of your character, and you lack integrity. So there's really no argument there, right? So the content of your character, it speaks volumes about who you are as a person. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching, when nobody knows, right? So cheating is fun though. Don't start, because if you're gonna come in here, you will get blocked. You will don't get blocked, Miguel. Don't get blocked, because you know cheating is not fun. Cheating is harmful. Cheating is hurtful. Cheating destroys lives. Cheating is devastating. Cheating makes a person doubt who they are. Cheating is detrimental to people's health. I'm telling you, because I've been down this road, and a lot of people don't know me. Your hair is so pretty. Thank you so much. A lot of people don't know me, right? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Yeah, shit is whack. My name is Trey Kearney, right? I'm a certified relationship expert. That's what they call me. Cosmopolitan said that about me, so don't judge me. I'm a certified life and relationship coach. I am also a boy mom. I have 3 sons, right? 2 grown and 1 13-year-old. And I started my platform many years ago on Periscope. I don't know if you know what Periscope is. It was another streaming platform, just like TikTok, but it was a little bit different. Come on, credentials. Right. So I started my platform on Periscope many, many years ago. Probably, Jermaine is 13. Probably 10 years ago, I started this. So how I started my platform is I started coming on Periscope in the morning. Basically, I was giving myself therapy because I had cheated on my husband. And a lot of people who know me, they know this story. But for those of you who don't, who thought I was being judgmental when I posted my last short video and said, oh, I can't stand judgmental people, lest she who was out sin cast the first stone. Go find out who I am first, and you would know that I'm not casting stones, because I judge no one, because my past is checkered. Very checkered. But anywho, the point is, this is how I learned all about what infidelity and adultery does to families, because it tore my family apart. It was detrimental to everybody around me. Me, the man I cheated with, his family, my ex-husband's family, my sons, my ex-husband's nieces and nephews who loved me as an aunt, my family who loved my ex-husband as an uncle. It was a whole ratchet mess on my behalf, right? And people say, why did you cheat? And why do people cheat? And people cheat because they're immature. That is the bottom line for every person that cheats. Now, people have their reasons. People have their excuses. But the bottom line is that every person who cheats is immature, because mature people will walk away. Mature people will leave the relationship. Mature people will tell you, I am not getting what I need, so I'm getting out of here, right? So a couple of people came on and said cheating is different for everybody. Let's define cheating. When you're in a relationship with somebody, you should, in the beginning, have conversations about where you are and where you're going in that relationship. When you go into a relationship and it begins to be exclusive. Now, let me tell you something, ladies. Let me just tell ladies, raise your hand. If you're a woman, just raise your hand, because I need to talk to you real quick. What about the ones that stick around for the kids? Don't nobody stick around for no kids. That's an excuse. We'll get back to that, but I'm going to go back to your question. But ladies, raise your hands, right? If you want to know if you're in an exclusive relationship with a man, you need to actually hear those words, because we assume as women, because we spent a month with a man, we slept with a man, he come around all the time, he buy me stuff. Thank y'all for raising your hand. He do this for me, he do that for me. We be at each other's house on and off and off and on. He be at my house all day, I be at his house all day. That brother, if he did not claim you as his woman, you are not his woman. But we assume when we put all these girlfriend duties into this relationship, that's our boyfriend. And he is not our boyfriend. And when it comes down to it and you start to make demands, he like, yo, I'm just kicking it. Like, when did all these demands come in? Because you at my house all the time. Because we sleeping together. Because you know my kids and met my mama. Well, that was your decision. So, you cannot, again, somebody said we always assume. You cannot assume that you're in a relationship with everybody. And vice versa with some men. We love y'all. We love you too, Miguel. But I'm just telling the ladies the truth. You have to understand, if he ain't claiming you, you're not his girl. Whether you're hanging out and all that and everything. So, when you get the confirmation that you are exclusive with this person, both people need to sit down and define boundaries and what cheating is. A lot of people get into relationships and they tell a man, you are on social media in women's inboxes. And the man is like, oh, I'm just chilling. We just kicking it. She's just a friend from school. Whatever this is my rule when I have a man and when I get a man and when we together. This was my rule in my relationships. If she can't say it on your wall in front of all of us, she don't need to say it at all. And that was my rule with men. When men used to hit me in my DMs, I used to clearly say this to them when I was in a relationship. Sir, if you can't say that on my wall, then don't say it to me at all. Because it's inappropriate. If you got to go in my inbox to have a private conversation with me and I have a man, you're trying to start a relationship with me. Now, if you want to say something on my wall, your dress look nice, and my honey babe boo, everybody can see it, we cool on that. But these are the things that you have to make sure your partner knows that you consider cheating, so they don't do those things, so they don't cross those boundaries. Now, if you're not clear on that, things will happen. And when those things show up as well, when those things show up, in that very moment, you need to address things when they show up. We be waiting because we scared the relationship gonna end. If you can't tell a person the truth in a relationship about anything, that's not the relationship for you. If you have any fear about having a conversation with somebody, because if I have this conversation with him, he's going to leave me. Or if I have this conversation with her, she's going to leave me. That's not your person, because you should be able to say anything. Oh yeah, it goes down in the DM, sugar one Ray. It goes down in them DMs. Real talk, Ladybug. Being Dominican, you know, it's accepted over there, having a side woman laughing, not for me, but yeah. Well, we all know cultures, and we all know who we are when we're in a relationship. So when people say define cheating to me, Trey, you want to cheat because you know right from wrong in your relationship. I know when I'm with somebody, I know what they require and what they don't require. And if I don't, when it shows up, I will say, first of all, social media, everybody out there, your man should not be liking half-naked pictures of women on a regular basis. I'm sorry. I know men gonna look because they got eye, and we gonna look too. We're a little more discreet. We don't go hitting the like button to let everybody know that we like that. Then if your man is hitting the like button on this one woman's particular picture all the time, that is a problem. It is disrespectful. You are showing that woman, and this is how we think as women, men, in case you don't know. If you like 999, every time I post a picture, if you the first one liking it and you like all the pictures that I put up, I'm thinking that you like me. I really am. If you're that interested that you follow me all day, every day, and you clicking on that button, I'm thinking, oh, he's eventually gonna be in my DMs because he likes all my pictures. This is how we think, fellas. This is how we think, especially if it's my sexy pictures. If I got on a sexy dress or if I got on a bathing suit and you liking it, and I don't know you, it is not my responsibility because I don't know you have a girl. So ladies, and for the gentlemen, if a woman is liking all your pictures, she wants you to DM her. She really, if she liking all your pictures, she wants you to DM. I am very careful, right? I have a lot of male friends. I'm very careful on using the heart button and the heart eyes. Now, I like them. Those my boys. I use the thumbs up. Like the thumb, the like. I'm not loving any man all his pictures because I'm sending him a certain message. And if he got a girl, we need to be clear on that. Anything done that could happen to hurt the feelings of his or her mate with the other people. That's good, Rita. Cheating for Rita is anything done that could happen to hurt the feelings of his or her mate with other people. Yes, but you got to clarify that with the person that you're with. I don't want my man flirting with other women. That's a problem for me. Girls hit me with the, hey, I already know. Right, Miguel, right. Miguel, I have hearted eyed some of your pictures. You know why I heart eye your pictures? I have known Miguel for many, many years. I heart eye your pictures, Miguel, because you fine. But you know me, because you fine. Miguel fine. So ladies, if you don't know Miguel is a big and tall model. But one thing too, let's talk about this real quick too. Why you flirting is cheating. I'm single. I could do whatever I want to do. But anyway, let me say Miguel is a big and tall model. Let me tell y'all something about me and my dating rules. Let me tell y'all something about me and my dating rules. I don't date people I work with, and I don't date men who I value the relationship that we have as friends. Because I know that when you cross that line of dating somebody, that it could potentially lead to the fact that y'all want to avoid each other for the rest of your life. So I value relationships with some men. Like I have male friends, right? And I was talking to a male friend of mine because somebody was interested in dating or whatever. And I was like, I don't want to ruin a relationship with me and this person. But I know that if it doesn't go right, it's going to cause friction. And I'm not going to want to be in a room with this person. I'm comfortable being in a room with this person all the time now. But if we go and we date and we do this and then it don't work out, I'm not going to want to be around them no more. And I've had that situation happen to me with my last relationship. We grew up together. Like, we really grew up together. We hung out all the time. We was cool. And then we dated and it didn't work out. We were together for 3 years and it didn't work out. So now we don't have any type of relationship. So when I value a person, I'm not crossing that line to risk losing them because I value their friendship. The risk is not worth the reward for me. So it's like, no, because I want to be comfortable with you for the rest of my life. Right, Miguel? Right? That's good stuff for y'all, right? So if you have a male friend or male friends or female friends that you really value that relationship, do not cross the line, because once that line is crossed, you cannot come back from that. So when that person has another person in their life and you got to show up around them and that person, and he feels some kind of way, it's not a good look. So if you value the person, the risk is not worth the reward. Those are hard to forget and get over. So true. Same here. So defining cheating. If you are having private conversations, and if you're saying something to a woman or a man that would disturb your partner, if they walked up on you and stood behind you, you didn't know that they were there. Just picture this. I'm a visual creature. Just picture this. You're sitting in your living room, or you're sitting somewhere at let's say you're sitting outside in the mall and you don't know that your partner's in the mall, and you're sitting in the food court and you're eating, and your partner walk up behind you and you're on a phone call with somebody. And you're saying something and you don't know your partner pissed off, you're cheating. Because cheating starts way before the bedroom. Cheating starts with sneaky conversations. Cheating starts with hearty eyes and memes. Cheating starts going to lunch every day with the same person on your job. Because what you're doing, listen to me, before y'all judge and open up your mouth, what you're doing is you're forming a relationship with somebody. Just like we form relationships with men and women as friends, we spend time with them because we like them, because we're forming a platonic relationship with them, because that's our girl. We hanging out more. We getting to know each other. We start that. When you are hanging out with a dude and you have not set certain boundaries, you are forming some sort of relationship with them. You laying the foundation for cheating. I like how you skip my messages. Who's skipping your messages? Honey, listen. Don't listen. I don't see every message. First of all, let me tell you this. Hold on. Let me see. Kivion. First of all, I can't see without my glasses. So if you're texting and I'm talking, I'm not reading. So I go back and I read the comments and then I share from your comment. So welcome to my living room. Welcome to my house, because this Trey Kearney 26 house. So nobody's ignoring you. The 4 agreements. Let me tell you one. Don't assume anything. That's number 1. Don't take anything personal. That's number 2. That's 2 of the 4 agreements. If you have not read the 4 agreements, it's a book that will change your life and help you out, because you will not take anything personal and you will not assume that I'm skipping over you. I just can't see the messages until I come back and read them. So let me scroll back and see exactly what you said. That is the first thing I asked. What do you do for a living? Preach, so true. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Let me go back. I love listening to you. This is so insightful. Thank you, Ladybug 4141. I'm out. She not paying attention to our messages. The kid, I like it. I'm out. She not paying attention. I'm sorry. He need a hug. He really need a hug. And I wish I could send him a virtual hug. So anyway, that's one way to know that you're cheating. If you can't say it in front of your mate, if you got to go in a DM, if it will make your partner feel any kind of way, if it is out of line with your integrity. Integrity is doing the right things when nobody is watching. That is integrity, right? If you cheat, I don't care what the person did to you. I don't care if your wife is not giving it up. I don't care if your husband's not paying the bills. I don't care whatever's going on in your house or whatever's going on in your relationship and you're not getting what it is that you need or want. I'm going to tell you this. If you cheat, it is your choice. And it says everything about you and nothing about the other person. I don't care if you go tell people, oh, my wife ain't doing this or my husband didn't do that or my boyfriend. If you cheat, it has everything to do with you and nothing to do with anybody else. So I honor myself, right? I don't do, and not just cheating, just being a good person. Be the best, highest version of yourself at all times, because it says everything about you. Hold on for somebody said, fix my hair. Hold on for 1 second. Fix your hair. I don't have to fix my hair, but I'm going to block you. So sometimes I got time. Decision to cheat. Take responsibility. Do you save your videos? Yes, I save my videos. I actually posted one. He's blocked, honey. Listen, the block ministry is on tonight. So don't come over here starting trouble with me, because I'm all about it. I know, thank you so much, but I'm good with my hair. I'm good when my hair don't look great. But don't come in here talking mess when you ain't got nothing smart to say. Go somewhere else. But yes, I do save my videos and I put them on my YouTube channel. I put the one on earlier from when we were talking about cheating. Right? I don't know how we got on the subject of me cheating, but I put that up earlier on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is New You Nation Network. New You Nation Network. And I have some wonderful shows on over there that are all teaching. I have a show for men. It's called Men Hurt Too. I interviewed over 60 men. And they are telling some good stuff over there, brothers. And these men are available to you if you need mentorship, if you need advice, if you need to connect, if you need a job. These men are available. They are successful men who share their stories. Men Hurt Too show is a safe space where men get to share their truth. Yes, New You Nation Network. New You Nation Network. Then I have a new show. Save the date, folks. Save the date. February 11th. Miguel, are you available? I don't know if Miguel is still here, but if Miguel is available, it's going to even be more lit than what it's going to be. But the new show is Ladies Night In, right? It's me and 5 other ladies. We have a roundtable conversation. And on February 11th, we're having a special spicy Valentine's Day edition. And let's talk about sex. So we're going to be talking about love, lust, erectile dysfunction, what happens to a woman's body when she gets a certain age. We're going to be talking about orgasms and all kind of other stuff. February 11th, 2023 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live on the New You Nation Network. So we have a bartender who's going to come. Her name is Rachel. She is fly. She is wild. So we have a good time over there, but it's not like the young people. So New You Nation Network is for Generation X. The content is geared toward Generation X, an older crowd, because I'm 53. So we're not going to be over there half naked. Well, I don't know what Rachel's going to wear, but it won't be so ratchet and raunchy like the stuff that you... I started the New You Nation Network because when I stream, I don't want to see the stuff that I'm seeing. It's too much for me. And you can call me old. You can call me old school. You can call me dated. You call me whatever you want. But I don't want to see all that stuff. It's too much for me. Every time I turn on the TV, it's ratchet, it's cussing. I just couldn't do it. So I started my own network. Then I have another show called Love Lessons where I interview couples. And they come on and talk about how to maintain, sustain, and remain in healthy relationships. Then I have another show called the Woman to Woman Show where we just recently brought a millennial on. It's Generation X women. We have one millennial who's in there, and we don't really let millennials on, but she's special to me. So she's our new host. So go check that out. So they talk about all things women. So go over there, and their conversation is more serious than Ladies Night In. And what else do we have? Just go over there and check it out. But anyway, let's get back to cheating. So people ask me why I cheated. I cheated because I was immature. That's why I cheated. I cheated because I was very immature. And I'm not making up any excuses. I own my ish. I own that I was wrong. I own that it had nothing to do with my ex-husband. Nothing. And I want every person on here to understand this. Because I want to free some of y'all, the men and the women. Because listen to this. Women cheat. We always act like men cheat and women don't cheat. Women cheat and men get damaged. Women cheat, men get damaged. Right? So I just want to free every person on there who has been cheated on, who is devastated and keep asking themselves the question, what did I do? What could I have done? Why did they do this? Why did they do that? The person made a choice to get their needs met somewhere else, and that was not your fault. That was not your fault, right? And I teach this. I teach my women this. Ladies, I talk to a lot of men, and a lot of men are cheating because they're not getting their needs met at home. So I am not blaming you for them cheating on you, right? And a lot of women are cheating because their needs are not being met at home. I'm not blaming anybody that somebody makes a decision to stick their penis in somebody else, or somebody makes a decision to go sleep with somebody else. I talk to men and women, and I find out where the breakdown in the relationship was, because cheating is a symptom of a bigger problem. And 89% of marriages or relationships, cheating is a symptom of a bigger problem, right? Cheating is just like a runny nose is a symptom of a bigger problem, right? Y'all understand what I'm saying? A stuffy nose is a symptom of a bigger problem. You have something else going on that's the cause of the runny nose. So cheating is a symptom of a bigger problem. So I hold men and women accountable for the breakdown in their relationship. The other person should have taken up their stuff and moved on. But that's not as easy as it seems when children and finances and everything are involved. However, if a person decides to cheat, it is not the spouse's fault. You are not accountable for the fact that that person cheated. You need to take accountability in a breakdown of the relationship. So if you stay, you guys can maintain the relationship. And if you leave, you won't bring that same thing to your new relationship. Because if you take accountability on your part of the breakdown of the relationship, you won't take that to your new person. Or you guys can repair your relationship. But if you don't take accountability for the breakdown in the relationship, not him cheating, not her cheating, but the breakdown in the relationship, it's never going to work. What made me cheat? What made me cheat? I was immature, 1. 2, my ex-husband was a workaholic. So he was never home. I was feeling lonely. I did not know how to articulate that, again, because I was immature. So I didn't know how to have adult conversation to say, I need you home. And trust me, he did everything. Material-wise, he did everything. And he did everything because he is a provider and he is a protector, right? Because that's the way he was raised. However, I'm not a materialistic person. You see, this is my hoodie from Target, my earrings from, I'm not a materialistic person, right? I am a person that I love to be around my person. I like time. I like to spend time together. I like affection. And he was working. And unfortunately, I didn't know how to get that across to him. So when the right person came at the right time with a crack in the door for me, he was able to get me to go over to where he was and him to come over to where I was. Because the person that I cheated with, I don't blame him either. He did not have a gun to my head. I was a grown-up. I made a decision both to cheat and to go with that person. We like to blame men from whatever way. Well, he pursued me and he was japping, talking in my ear. And no, I made a conscious decision as an adult to do what I did, and I own that. And I have books that I've written on it. I have a book for women, It's Healing Time, Restoring Hope in Women After Infidelity. And I have a book for men, It's Healing Time, Men Hurt Too. No, I'm not still with that person. He didn't know your love language. Right. He didn't know my love language. And truth be told, I didn't know my love language. You know what? Let me tell y'all something. I got married when I was 21 years old. And I was with my ex-husband from the time I was 17. And I came from a home that was not a good home. It was very dysfunctional. So not only did he not know my love language, I didn't know my love language. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know. I didn't go to college. I didn't have any dreams or aspirations when I got with him. My life became his life. So I didn't even know what I wanted. I didn't even know what I was doing or anything. I became a mother when I was 25. I wasn't even prepared for that. But no excuse. I grew from what I've done. I've grown. I'm not the same person. And I want men and women all over the world to understand about the person who hurt you. They're not, if that happened when they were 21, 25, they're not the same person. We grow on a daily basis. And hopefully we all learn from our lessons, because not only did it hurt him, but it hurt me too. And let me just explain one thing to y'all too, that what really hurt me, right? Let me tell y'all something. Sometimes we learn the biggest lesson from the most pain we're in, right? And the man that I left my husband for, the relationship I left, I shouldn't even say for the man, for the whatever, the reason the person I left with cheated on me several times, right? Him cheating on me hurt me, and it hurt me to my core. Right? It really hurt me because I let him in a space that he shouldn't have been in the first place. And I should have never did this and that. I took my kids out the house and I stayed with him way longer than I should have, because I needed to prove to people that this was going to work. Even when I knew he was cheating, I still stayed with him several times. But what hurt me the most, and it makes me emotional now, what hurt me the most is when I felt, when he cheated on me, how bad it hurt me that I had left two people like that. That it devastated me that I had left my ex-husband like that. And it devastated me that I had left his ex-wife like that. When I felt the embarrassment, the shame, having to tell my family, being just hiding out, just being sick from the pain, I gave you this and you betrayed me, and I trusted you and you did this to me, and I was everything and all those things for you, and it wasn't enough. So what hurt me the most was what I did to his wife and what I did to my ex-husband. I was in a state of depression, a prison of guilt for many years, because I could not forgive myself for what I did. And I had to take the time to sit with myself to say, why did you think it was okay to even do something like that? That is not who you are. That is not the content of your character. That is not the person that you are. You love people. You're a good person. And one thing, me and my ex-husband have a very good relationship. We're really good friends. And one thing he said about me, he said, Trey, through all of this, one thing I could say about you, you are a very good person who made a very bad decision. And he freed me when he told me that. He freed me from his forgiveness. Because he said, I know who you are. You are a very good person who made a bad decision. And you get to move past that. You got to let it go. I'm in such a better place now. This is what I teach. I help people heal from the devastation of infidelity. I coach families through the devastation of infidelity because I love families and I know how devastating it is for children to not be in a home with both parents. I know how devastating that is. I have couples who have stayed together who are thriving right now, and that is like my Grammy. That is like, that fulfills me to see that a family can make it through this and those children are going to learn how to love in a different way. Yes, I'm a life coach. I love this and I'm glad you grew. Yes, and still, this is the part that I need people to understand. The trickle down of infidelity is devastating. It still affects our family now because holidays will never be the same. Because if I had not made a decision to do what I did, my decision, I don't count the other person, I don't speak for nobody else. If I had not made that decision, then we would be growing old together. My children would have a different aspect and a different view of life. It changed the dynamic of their life. It changed who they became. And I had a lot of guilt for that too. I had a lot of guilt going on in my life after I came out of the fog of who I thought I was and finally learning what I did not know. That's a big thing for many of us. You have to know what you do not know. Many will blame everyone else but themselves. Failure to own it. So many people, that's why people live in a prison of guilt. People live in a prison of guilt because they can't be accountable. We are all flawed. We are all going to make mistakes. The freedom is being accountable for your mistakes, being accountable for your errors. The freedom is changing your ways, not doing those things, having integrity, having core values, having morals, having values. Those are the keys to a good life, not the things that you've done wrong. It is making better choices. And I said this earlier today. I had to talk myself out of a very dark place while people were judging me. Because a lot of people knew the situation, of course, because it was in private, it was public, because I had left my house. Eventually people knew. But when I got out of the situation with my ex, and we have a son together, which is a whole nother, he's here. So it still lingers. And I love my son, but it's still a reminder of things that went on. But as I came out of my fog, and when I realized I wasn't doing good in life, I didn't know where I was, I didn't know what I was doing. And I started to forgive myself after I really had a conversation with my ex-husband. I had to tell myself every day, you are not your biggest mistake, you are your better choices. You are not your biggest mistake, you are your better choices, Trey. You are not your biggest mistake, you are your better choices. And you get to live a good life because you're making better choices. So better things are going to come to you. You have integrity. You care. You want to look in the mirror at yourself and you want to love you, not because nobody else. You have integrity. You do what's right when nobody's looking. You have morals and you have core values. Your core integrity, family, legacy, loyalty. You grew through this. Do not, anybody on here, do not punish yourself for the mistakes that you've made. And again, I shared this earlier too with everybody. I'm operating in my purpose, and my purpose is to serve the people that God assigned to me through my gifts, my talents, and more than anything, my experiences, the things that I have come through. If you go to my website, you'll really get to know me, right? What you said about a better you. If you go to my website, there were 3 things that I thought would kill me, right? Literally, right? But I'm still here. So those are the experiences that God wants me to share to get somebody else through. And the 3 things that in my lifetime that I thought that I would never get through was my mother dying from breast cancer, and I was her sole caregiver, which was one of the hardest things in my life. My mother, they removed her breast, and this was 16 years ago. So to anybody on here, I don't want you to be triggered because the medical technology has changed drastically in 16 years. They really did not know what they was doing back then. And the doctor that my mother chose was not the best doctor, but she would not let me choose a doctor for her. So they had removed her breast. So there was a gaping hole on my mother's chest that was infected and pussy and smelled. And I had to clean that thing every day, 3 times a day with saline, and I had to cover it with gauze. There was a hole in my mother's chest. And I had to come in that room with my mama, and I had to smile like we were okay, because she was vicariously living through me. Every day until she couldn't talk anymore, she would say, "Are we okay?" And I would be like, "We're okay. We're doing this." Meanwhile, I would walk out of the room, and the only thing that kept me going was the strength of the Lord. I promise you, because to see that was one of the hardest things in my life. And to lose my mother to this day is so hard, because my children don't have a grandmother. That was number one. Number two, and meanwhile, while my mother was dying, I was in the middle of this affair. It was just a lot of things going on. So it was a whole lot of things going on, and a whole lot of lying, and a whole lot of covering, and a whole lot of trying to take care of my mama at the same time, while I knew she was dying, because the doctors had told me wasn't nothing else they could do. I was trying to figure out what medicine I gave her. Did I give her too much? Is it not enough? It was just a lot. And then I thought adultery would kill me. The fact that I made the decision to cheat on my husband, and everybody knew about it, and everybody was judging me, and I was walking around like I had on a scarlet letter, and I was in this fog of what am I going to do next? How is this going to work out? It was just a mess. So I thought that my mother having breast cancer would take me out. I thought my marriage ending was the end of the world. And then my son was diagnosed with autism, which when I had him, he's 13 now, when he was diagnosed at almost 24 months, I had no idea what autism was. I just knew my baby wasn't making his milestones. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing a lot of stuff. And when they told me that, first of all, it's devastating. And I went into denial of no, not really, but okay. So as time started to pass by and behavior started to happen, it was another devastating blow to me. However, those 3 things have opened up so many avenues in my life to help other people that they became my healing. So I began to heal as I started to talk to other autism moms. I began to heal as I started talking to other women and men who were devastated from infidelity. I began to heal when I started to talk to people about cancer and helping them get through the journey of losing their mother. So everything was purposeful, because my purpose is to serve the people that God assigned to me through my gifts, talents, and my experiences, right? So a lot of times we hide our experiences when somebody needs to hear it. You have a tribe. And if you are not sharing the worst experience that you got through, you are leaving your tribe by the wayside. And I hate to tell you, somebody probably feel convicted, and I'm not trying to force you to do nothing, but that worst thing that you went through and you got through and you grew through and you still here, somebody need to hear that. But those were 3 things that I thought would take me out. So sometimes people think that I'm all over the place, right? People be like, oh, she talk about autism. Oh, she talk about cancer. Oh, she talk about infidelity. Oh, she a relationship coach. She a life coach. She a leadership coach. Because let me explain something to y'all. I don't have a lane. I have a life. I have lived some things. So I can't stay in one lane, because I have people that I need to serve. And if I don't, when I get to the gate, I told y'all I'm a visual person. Now I want you to visualize. Remember, if you're a Christian or you know the Bible, you know that the man with the one talent buried the talent. And God was like, what's wrong with you? Well, why would you do that? I gave you that to grow some things. When I get to the gate, I do not want God to look at me and say, do you know that autism mom was waiting on you to have a conversation, to open up your mouth and talk about autism, and you didn't? Why? You think I picked you to be a special needs parent? You think I picked you randomly? I picked you because you were special and I knew you would talk about it. Do you think I chose you to care for your mother? Do you think I just let you go through adultery? Do you think that I chose your pain to be in vain? No, you chose that. You chose that. So every person on here that chooses for their pain to be in vain, it's not God. You choosing that. Somebody need to hear your story. What drove you to the affair? Did you not feel supported by your husband? I felt lonely. You are helping a lot of people. Thank you. I felt lonely, Mo. That's all. And I was young when I got married, and I didn't know how to talk to my husband. and I didn't know how to tell him that I felt lonely. And his love language was gifts. I have a similar story. We got to share these stories. You got to share the story. You gotta. His love language is gifts. So I had a pool, I had a home, I had an Escalade before anybody. I had a green Escalade. I had making the band before Puffy made the band. I was popping bottles and all that before a lot of people. But that's not what I needed. That's not even what I wanted. I don't like a lot of stuff. I like love in my life. I like my friends. I like y'all. I like talking to people. I like sitting around. I like having my family and my friends around. And I don't really like a lot of crowd. Oh, autism dad. Hey, dad. An awesome autism dad. Most men, we have to teach our men that your love language is how you want to be loved. So you have to learn, and women, your love language is how you want to be loved. And you don't love people how you want to love. You love people how they want to be loved. And that's what we have to learn, right? I'm a touchy-feely, huggy person, but that's not everybody's love language. Some people like affirmation. Like a lot of men, they just want you to be appreciative. Thank you for taking out the garbage, babe. Thank you so much for putting the patio furniture together. I love the new hardwood floors. Oh, the paint job is amazing. I don't see not one streak. So you have to know people's love language. You have to love them according to their love language and not yours. So he really was loving on me. I still got diamonds and stuff but that wasn't what I needed. I'm not the person that wants to shop. I'm not the person that likes red bottoms or fur coats or pocketbooks or none of that stuff. Give me a wife beater and some jeans and some Skechers boots. My niece is a fashionista, right? Let me just tell y'all this real quick. Then I'm going to go. I'm going to go at 8 o'clock at 7:47. My niece is a fashionista, right? So she keeps up with all the latest trends, all of them. And she's well off, right? Taught her well. And I love Skechers. She's like, why don't you have Uggs? Because I don't like them. Just because everybody's wearing them because they have a certain status, I don't like them. I like Skechers. She's like, Skechers? Don't nobody wear Skechers. I like Skechers. Why does my sweatsuit have to be name brand? It's just a black hoodie. I don't care. She's like, come on. You got to get it together, auntie. I'm like, I don't want Uggs. But I'm going to tell you one thing about Uggs. I am going to get a pair of Uggs for one reason and one reason only, because I really don't like them. And I'm going to try to find a cute pair that I could deal with. Uggs are warm. Skechers are warm. Yes, they are. But Uggs, they have a whole nother level of warmth. What you like is what makes you who you are. Right. And my niece, she just don't get it. She's like, auntie, what kind of shirt is that? I'm like, a shirt that I like that I saw online. Like, what's wrong with it? I don't like that shirt. I'm like, why? Because it doesn't have Balenciaga across the front of it, or Gucci, or whatever, or it didn't come from Nordstrom's, or it didn't come from the Short Hills Mall. What do you want me to do? I like this shirt. So his love language was gifts. That's my point. And my love language is I just love people. And on top of that, he's a loner. He's the complete opposite. I am this whole extrovert. And he's this whole laid back, calm, calm. I'm a lot. These are the things that came into our marriage that kind of sort of caused some problems that we didn't foresee because we were raised totally different, right? He was raised in a home with his mother and father. He is a Capricorn. Oh my God. That's crazy. But he was raised in a home with his mother and father. He was raised in a traditional family. His father worked, his mother stayed home and took care of the kids. I was raised in a very dysfunctional home with my mother my mother had drug and alcohol problems. It was always people in our house. It was always a party. On top of that, at the party, folks got to drinking and smoking, and people got to arguing and fighting and turning over tables over bid whist games and Johnny Walker Red. When you saw that come out, you knew it was going to be a problem. So I was so used to chaos. I was so used to having people in the house. I was so used to a whole bunch of that. When we got together, I was like, so everybody coming over on Saturday, because we had got a house with a pool. I ain't never had no pool, girl. I'm a girl from the hood. I was like, everybody coming over on Saturday. So he would come home from work working like 12 hours, 14 hours, and I would have the house lit. It was our family, but he was like, he's like, can I talk to you in the bedroom? And I'm like, yeah, hold on. We have liquor until it's Wednesday. He like, you can't do this every day. And I'm like, what we doing? It's all good. He's like, Trey, the boys, this is not normal. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? So there was a lot going on. But now I'm different. Now I'm where he was. Now I don't really like a lot of folks. You got to be real special to come over here. Let me read some of y'all comments. I'm sorry. Y'all let me go on a tangent. My dad was one hard worker, yes, great people. A lot of people don't understand marriage until much later in a relationship. Yes, the growth guy. That's usually how it works. Yes. You are amazing and knowledgeable. Thank you. I'm laid back, so I understand. Yes, but you can't be running into me's unless you're ready for me. Like, you got to be really ready for me if you laid back. You got to understand that this is who I am. Like, I'm not even pretending. Like, I can't even not be this. So the person that's going to be with me, the last person I was with, he was really laid back. I don't think he could take me because I'm very transparent, one. So I was sharing my journey. I think it was kind of disturbing to him. Like, what? She really be talking about that stuff? And I share everything on social media. Nothing is hidden. If you go to my Instagram, if you go to my Facebook, if you go to my YouTube, you gonna know my kids. When I got a man, you gonna know my man. So I'm not for everybody. So I'm a scary person to the wrong person. So when you might like me initially. And this is what I'm going to say to women too, and men about dating. People might not like you after a while. Once they really get to know you, they might not like you. And I think that's what happened in my last relationship. So he didn't want to be together no more. I wasn't shook. I just said cause I'm whole and I'm healed. So he wasn't really feeling no voids. So I was providing for myself. I was whole. I was healed. I wasn't looking for no daddy for my kids or none of that. So when he checked out, I was like, oh, okay, this not what you want no more. So I kindly packed and left and got my little townhouse and all that other stuff. But I understood that he got to a point where maybe he just didn't like me no more. And we got to be okay with that. We got to be okay with the fact that somebody might really get to know you and really like you as a person, but not like you as a partner. And that's okay. This is why we date people and we collect data and we get to know them. 3 years is not a long time to know somebody. Trey, I know you shared your truth, but never caught the reason behind your infidelity. I was lonely. And the sister I had to learn to share at an early age. She was a me first person. Yes. So, amen. Hold on. True. So true. You are awesome. Thank you, Sunset Love. I'm a Sagittarius. I love your spirit. You're wide open. Yes, Rita, I'm not for everybody, Rita, because I am wide open. I really am. I'm in New Jersey. Keep my circle small. Yeah, so I am wide open. So I'm not going to be, the right man has to come into my life to get it. Like, Trey's not acting. This is it. And I tune it down. My brother's a Sagittarius, so you already know. And I tune it down. I was aware of that he was a quiet person, kind of sort of an introvert. I was aware of that, so I reeled it in, but I cannot reel who I am in. I can't. Girl, I'm in New York City. Oh, we got to get together. I love me some Trey. I love you too. My niece lives in Newark, New Jersey. My niece used to live in Newark. I'm from Essex County. I'm a Sagittarius too, and I'm so much. I know, right? We can't. And again, when I'm in a relationship, I'm aware of the person's feelings, and I'm like, okay, let me tune down here. Let me try to but I can only be me. And I think that in the end, I was really too much. And I accepted that. And I let him go on. And I'm like, okay, I don't ever want to disturb somebody's peace because I don't want nobody to disturb mine. And when I'm dating now, I might be with somebody for a year. I might be with somebody for 2 years. I might be with somebody for 3 years and then discover that this is as far as this goes. I don't want to do this anymore. The thing to do is to say that. Or for the ladies, listen here. He never articulated that he did not want to be together. His behavior changed. And he didn't need to tell me. Because I'm grown. And some of y'all talking about, I need closure. I need him to tell me why. I need him to say the words. When a person shows you, you get to honor yourself and say, I deserve everything that I want, everything that I need. So many times people stay in relationships because the person didn't verbally say, I don't want to be with you no more. One, people don't want to say that to you. That's a hard thing to tell somebody. I don't like you no more. Or I don't want to be with you no more. So people will show you. Things will change. You have to be smart enough to remove yourself from a situation that is no longer serving you. And I was okay with that. Again, it hurt. Trust me, it hurt. He was my boo. I loved him. It really hurt. For about 2 or 3 weeks, I was devastated and all that other stuff because I thought this was my forever person. But when I came into the relationship with him, I was whole. A lot of people, I'm not going to say most of y'all, but a lot of people are in relationships because that person is filling a void. Whether that person is helping you with your rent, whether that person is helping you with your kids, whether he a good father, whatever it is. When you go into a relationship, you should go into a relationship whole. So when the breakup happens or it doesn't work out for you, you don't feel like that person pulled the plug on you. I didn't feel like the plug was pulled on me like my last relationship. I feel like, okay, I came in, you was a cherry on the top. You was companionship, but you don't get to pull the plug and take a piece of me with you because you was my daddy image, or you was helping me with my kids, or financially I'm devastated. When I came in, I was whole and I was healed and I was okay with knowing that I hope this is it. But if it's not going to break me. And I'm not going to spend years and years recovering from this. And I'm not going to listen to my R&B music like the last dude. I love R&B and I'm never letting a person steal that from me again. I already loved these songs before he walked into my life. So he's not going to take Jagged Edge away from me. So I hope this was helpful to y'all. Can't make people your whole life. That's it. People should only be a part. You can't make them your whole life. And they shouldn't even be a piece of your life. They should be a little addition to your life. They shouldn't even be connected like that to where they could pull a plug on you and have you crying and losing hair and losing weight. I was good before you came, and I'm going to be good. I will not skip a meal. Oh, I remember that. We have to be honest to others. Yes. Oh, I remember skipping meals. Or I remember being so skinny that my niece thought I was sick. She was like, are you sick? And you're not telling me? No, I was heartbroken. Do y'all know this? Listen to me. I have a survey, right? And it's a broken heart syndrome survey, right? A lot of people are walking around suffering from a broken heart. It's called broken heart syndrome, and it's real. Wendy Williams is suffering from broken heart syndrome. They keep calling it all this other stuff, but she has not bounced back from the fact that her husband betrayed her so deeply. I wish I could get to Wendy so I could help her, because I understand where she was. I wasn't as deep as she was, but with the man, my ex, I really was in a place of devastation. And it really had me. Like, I was like, oh my God, I can't eat. I can't sleep. I'm having all these crazy thoughts. And I said I would never in my life again put myself in a position where a man could make me feel that way. And I give my all. when I'm in a relationship, and I will continue to, because I will never judge another brother based on the men that I've dealt with in my past. However, I'm going into every relationship whole and healed. So if things don't work out, bro, I'm cool. Be honest. You don't like me no more. It's okay. Whatever it is about me, I might not like you no more. That's what I was literally just praying about. Like, Lord, I don't want to fall madly in love again. My wife, 18 years, died in my arms 8 years ago. Oh, that's so sad. Heartache can make hospitalized. Yes, I'm telling you, broken heart syndrome is real. That's why I have a program called the Recovery Room, because I know how devastating betrayal is. I really know. I'm telling you, I was on the floor in the bathroom plenty of days, getting out the shower with just on the floor, just face down. Only thing saved my life was my 13-year-old, because I had to get up, because I had to take care of him. Because if it wasn't for my children, I probably wouldn't even be here right now. I'm telling you, heartache. So when you have people around you that are going through this, ask your people that are closer to you, men and women, because men be devastated too. And I learned that from my ex-husband. We had a real conversation. He was like, you really hurt me. And I was like, and after I felt the pain I was like, I'm so sorry. I couldn't even be sorry enough to him. My older brother went through it, so I had a good support group. Yes, we sure are. Yeah, so again, if anybody's going through heartache, I have a program. I'm a certified life coach. You need support. You need support. Yes, I have been devastated, right? Because a lot of us have been through it. That cheating. So the one thing we should all do, the one thing that each and every one of us should be, is integral. The one thing we should all do is take care of each other's feelings and have compassion, knowing that we've been through these things. So we should have compassion and care for other people. I'm such a different person. I would never want to hurt anybody that way again, ever again in my life. Would I ever want to know that somebody is going through that? I'm just reading some of the comments and looking around, seeing what's popping up on the screen. So anybody have any questions, comments, thoughts, reaction before I go? I'm going through it right now. I'm so lost. Please email me, Trey@TreyKearney.com. Yes. Let me tell y'all this before I go. And I said, you can go to my website and see all of this stuff, and you can go see my programs. And I say this when I'm dealing with my clients. A breakup is the death of a relationship. And you go through the grieving process as if somebody has died. And the most devastating part about that, like in the grieving process, you're trying to get to acceptance, accepting the fact that it's over. That's the first module that I do in my recovery room. Accepting the fact that it's over. Because your ultimate goal is to get to acceptance, right? So you're going to go through the grieving stages of anger, denial, but you have to get to acceptance. The hardest part about getting to acceptance, like when a person dies and you grieve, you have to accept that they died, that they're not coming back. Get this. This is why a breakup is the death of a relationship. This is why it's so hard. Because the person is not dead. They have decided to take access away from you, and they're still walking around alive and breathing, and you're supposed to accept that. When a person dies, you can accept it because it wasn't their choice. Now, the breakup, the death of a relationship, is somebody denying you access for whatever their reasoning is. But we take it personal. And I don't want you to do that anymore. I just want you to accept the fact that it's over and it gets better. But it takes help. My life coach helped me. I didn't go to her for relationship coaching. I met her at the worst time in my life. I was just low. And I heard her. I was on a prayer call and I heard her talk. And I'll tell y'all that story another day. And I called her. And I said, she's like, well, why are you getting life coaching? I said, because I just don't even know where I'm at in life. I don't even know what I'm doing. And she said, I need to help you locate yourself. And she's been my life coach ever since. And that was about 11 years ago. And my youngest son is 13. So a breakup is the death of a relationship. And what you have to realize, why you can't get over that. You got to email email me if you want to know why you can't get over it. I can't give it all away to y'all. Email me if you are going through the devastation of a breakup. And trust me, there's reasons why you're stuck. I think this is worse because he is still living. Yeah, he was everything. I email you. Thank you. Yes, it is worse. I need that information separated 3.5. Please send me an email, trey@treykearney.com. I promise you, when I broke up with my son's father, it was like I was more upset than when my mother died. But it was a different type of grief because I had to accept that my mother had passed away. So she wasn't staying away from me because she was making a choice to deprive me of her love. This person was staying away from me alive and making a choice to deprive me of his love. Like, why would you do that to me? Like, and again, we in denial, like this can't be real. And then we're bargaining with God. Hey God, if you bring him back, then I'll do this. I'll go to church. I'll be a better person. We just start bargaining, and then we get angry. And then we start doing stuff that's detrimental to our health. Because check this out. He who angers you controls you. Remember that. He who angers you controls you. Today, right, I had this situation. If you go look at my Facebook page, I posted, Lord, help me not cuss this woman out. I went to this bakery, right? Let me just tell y'all this real quick. If you got to go, go. I went to this bakery last week for my son's birthday, right? And I got him a cake from there because I had Googled bakeries in my area, right? I'm up in the area where it's mostly white people, which I don't have a problem with that. But let me tell you the story. So I went to the bakery that day because it was close to where my massage therapist is. And I had Googled bakery. So it was like 8 minutes away from where she was, which was going in another direction deeper into Sussex County. So I get to the bakery. I'm like, hey, I'm so lucky because this is a deli and a bakery. I was excited because they had sandwiches. I was hungry and they had the cake. So I said it to the lady and she was just dry. So I was like, okay, well, some people just dry, right? So she was dry. The other people really wasn't receptive. The people that was in the back, they really wasn't talking. They really wasn't saying nothing. And I'm a friendly person. So I said, okay, well, let me get my sandwich. And I went back to this bakery today because they got these good turnovers, apple, cherry, blueberry. I got them, right? So I got there. They wasn't nice at all. So I was like, you know what? It was snowing outside. I had a hat on. I had my mask on. So I could have looked gangster. So I was like, okay, so whatever. So I got in the car. So today I remembered that I had the cherry turnover and it was delicious. So I said, I'm going to treat myself to the bakery. So I told my son, I'll be back. I'm going to the bakery, get me some turnovers. I get there and they look at me like they never saw a black person before in their life. So I'm like, okay, so it's 2 women in front of me and another woman. So I'm standing there waiting my turn. So a white man comes in. The woman never's behind the counter, I put a review on Yelp too. So just in case y'all want to know, because I handled it differently. My point is he who angers you controls you. So I'm just standing there, I'm looking. So she says to the man that came in 5 minutes after me, she never asked me could she help me. And I had been standing there for a minute. So I'm just waiting because I'm thinking she's getting the lady stuff together. So she says to the man, can I help you? And I'm standing there and I just looked and I didn't say anything because I said, let me just observe. So she real friendly with him, real friendly with the ladies. Then the other lady comes from the back and sees me standing there because she saw me too. She said, are you being helped? And I said, no, I'm not being helped. But I had to pull myself back in because I said, you know what? I'm not about to let this lady steal my joy today because she prejudiced. So she's like, can I help? I said, just give me, I had 2 cherry turnovers, 2 apple and 2 blueberry. I'm about to go eat one as soon as I get off here. But she gave them to me and she rang it up or whatever. And I thought to myself, oh, but I'm not too black for you to swipe my card. But anyway, I knew in my mind, I said, if you let this lady anger you, she's going to control you, right? So I said, don't do that. So when I got in the car, I said, how can I rectify the situation to where I really was mistreated? I said, oh, I know what to do. I went and put a review up about that bakery. He who angers you controls you. But I've been coached by my coach. You don't never let nobody take you out of character and cuss them out and make them, all them other white people in there say, that's just why we don't like them. Nope. Not today, miss. Not today. So I got my little thing, and I'll never go back in there again and give them not $1 of my money. But I did get them cherry turnovers this last time because I said, dag, this a good bakery, but I ain't giving them people my money. But sometimes it's a joy going off on these people in the wrong. Right, I had that happen to me also. No, yes, she did. Was it a German bakery? No, it wasn't a German bakery. I spoke up and told her I was next. Don't let it pass. No. I ain't even have time for that. You know what? The only thing I needed to do was put that review up. And I'm sure the owner goes to look at those reviews. And I'm sure the owner will send me an email. And then we can handle it like that. Because, let me tell you something. You got to be real smart. It's in Sussex County. It's called Clove something. But you got to be smart, right? When you're outnumbered. I'm a smart black woman. There was other people coming in and going out that was on the same level as her. And they was not about to take me nowhere outside. And I don't care, we in 2023, and hang me nowhere. And nobody never not find me no more. So I said, you know what you're going to do? You're going to keep your little mouth shut. And you're going to go follow. You're going to write a review. My email is trey@treykearney.com. Thank you, Spencer. Trey@treykearney.com. So again, the message there was, he who angers you controls you. So don't let the people in your life who have decided that they don't want to be with you anymore make you get stuck in the stage of grief, of anger. So many people are stuck in the stage of grief. So email me, Trey@treykearney.com, and trust me on this. Whatever you're going through, it gets better. Trust me on this. If you are a person of good character and integrity, you don't have to do nothing to that person. Just like that woman in the bakery, I don't got to do nothing to her. She's miserable. Everything is already done to her. She's not even happy. So you don't got to do nothing to the person who hurt you. You don't have to do anything to the person who betrayed you, because trust me, believe me, they're already getting it. They're already getting it. So if you're a person of integrity and character and you were the best version of yourself in that relationship and they did you wrong, one, they'll never forget you. And two, don't let them circle the block. We do that too as women. Because we want them to pick us. Pick me. You don't got to pick me. You know why nobody has to pick me? Can you guess why nobody has to pick me? Because I freaking pick me. I pick Trey. Nobody else don't got to pick me. I pick me. I love me. I take care of me. And I'm not saying this out of ego or anything. I've done a lot of work on myself. And it took me 47 years to actually like myself. I'm 53 now. So these been the best years of my life. I like you. Why, thank you. I picked myself. You better pick yourself. You don't got to be worried about folks picking you when you pick you. Oh, you don't pick me? I pick me. I'm good over here. I've been picked already. Do we all want to have a good spouse? Do we all want to have a good companion? Hell yeah, we do. However, we ain't settling just to say somebody picked us. That's not what we doing over here. That's not how we living. We pick ourselves. And the person who gets us is lucky. Repeat after me. It's a privilege to be in my life. I like you too. Say it. Repeat after me. It is a privilege to be in my life. And if you abuse that privilege, it gets taken away. Let me tell y'all something. Talking to y'all right now, it's a privilege to be in your life. You're allowing me to come into your phone or into your computer and be in your life. And I don't take that lightly. It is a privilege to be in your life, and it is a privilege to be in my life. And we should respect and treat each other well so we can keep that privilege. Now, if you say something crazy to me, guess what? You lose the privilege and I block you and you never see me again. And if that's okay with you, that's okay with me. And if I say something foul and crazy to you, you get to unfollow. You never got to see me again, and you get to block me. And that is how real life works. It is a privilege to be in our life. And if you abuse that privilege, it gets taken away. But too many of us allow people to abuse the privilege to be in our life because we don't love ourselves, because we haven't picked ourselves. When you pick you, it ain't hard to block, delete in real life. On social media, real life, you make me feel some kind of way. You come to disturb my peace. I'm over here minding my business, being happy. How we find out they're going through their karma. You don't need to find out. You don't need to worry about them. You just be happy. In this life, you never have to worry about if they got their karma. In this life, you get what you give. No matter how it comes, you get what you give. This is what I tell myself, and this is what I tell people. Be careful what you think. Check this out. Be careful what you think. Be careful what you say. And be careful what you do. Because all three of those things are a boomerang that's coming back to find you. That's why that lady didn't get cursed out today. That's why people be like, oh, you're not going to say nothing? You're not going to act out? No, I'm not. Because I'm real careful on who I am right now. Because I only want good things flowing in my life. That's all right. And that's what our mother used to say all the time. Rita Willis, our mother used to say, what goes around comes around. When we was young, we didn't know what that meant. We like, what, Mom, please? But the facts is the facts. So you be careful what you say, be careful what you think, and be careful what you do. Because all three of those things are a boomerang that's coming back to find you. They coming. That's why I be like, I talk to men and women, hey, how you doing? I try to be nice. And listen, I'm a girl from Essex County. I grew up in the hood. So sometimes I slip up. I'm not saying we're going to be perfect, but let's try to be the best, highest version of ourselves on a regular basis. And yes, somebody is going to push that right button. Somebody somewhere. And I tell people this all the time too. Don't be the straw that broke the camel's back. Because sometimes we're going through a series of bad events. So you never know, cutting that person off in traffic or giving that person a finger. They just found out their mother died. They just found out that their house went into foreclosure. They just found out their kid is in jail. They just found out they lost their job. And then here you come. Not letting them get on the highway and throwing up your middle finger. The next thing you know, they pulling up next to you, shooting you in your head. You don't want to be the straw that broke the camel's back. We all going through stuff. I don't mess with folks because I don't know what you're going through. I don't know if you just found out your husband and your wife is cheating. I don't know if your car just got repossessed. I don't know if I don't want to have nothing to do with none of it. I don't want to be no part of your misfortune. That's why I mind my business and keep my mouth shut. I ain't no punk. As long as you don't put your hands on me, it's all good. It's all good. So I hope y'all learned something today. Do not be the straw that broke the camel's back. Don't do it to yourself. Let folks go. They don't put their hands on you, ain't even worth it. Ain't even worth it. They don't mess with your kids, ain't even worth it. They ain't mess with your money, it ain't even worth it. Just keep it moving. I don't be playing with folks. I promise you I don't. So, I wasn't only supposed to be on here for 30 minutes. People need to know they don't have to fight over every little thing. Sometimes you got to let it go. If you don't learn how to let stuff go, you're going to be unhappy your whole life. When I was holding on to stuff, I was so unhappy because I let somebody who I wasn't even with still have space in my life. I might as well have stayed with him while he was cheating if I was going to give him space in my mind. I should have just stayed there. I was allowing him to control me. He wasn't even in my house. He wasn't even in my heart. He wasn't even in my life. And I was letting him control how I behaved. How dumb is that? I was like, oh no. A lot of mothers do that. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And you're making yourself suffer. Everything doesn't have to be said or by you or right then. Right. You're making yourself suffer. People, this is the last thing I'm going to say for real. Then I'm going to go because it's 8:20. I told you I was getting off at 8 o'clock. People always say, listen to this, and I want you to take this with you. Then I'm going. People always say forgive and forget. People always say I'm going to forgive, but I ain't going to forget. Why? Why? Why would you forgive and not forget? I'm going to forgive and I'm going to forget till it's not a stain in my brain no more, because every time I think about it, it only hurts me. I'm going to forgive and forget. I'm not going to keep talking about it. I'm going to let it be a faded memory, because I don't want to keep living the betrayal. I don't want to keep reliving the pain. So when people tell me I'm going to forgive and I'm not going to forget, I'm like, so you're going to torture yourself for the rest of your life? Who that hurting? It ain't hurting him or her, because they done moved on with their life. It's not hard to forget. It's really not hard to forget. If you make a decision to forget, it takes time. It's not hard. It takes time. When it shows up, if you get to give yourself the time to experience that feeling, and you get to let that feeling go, and it'll stop showing up more and more. Once you decide that it's going to stay with you as long as you're saying, I'm going to forgive but not forget. Because you're choosing to torture yourself every time you think about it. Not me. Not leave at 8:30. Okay. I'm not going to keep remembering something that disturbs my peace. I'm going to try to forget it. Just don't deal with it anymore. That's it too, Rita. Just let it go. Every time you remember and you decide, I'm never going to forget that, you're just torturing yourself. Old boy that moved on with his new family, his new life, his new girl, and you still talking about you're not going to forget. Just go be with him. Just go be with him. I don't allow folks space in my life. Like, we was at one point with my youngest son's father, we was in a very bad place, and I used to turbo text back and forth with him. You know what turbo texting is? Who could text the fastest, nastiest, meanest thing? And I said, why are you giving this person 20, 30 minutes of your day every day? Y'all ain't together. Why are you giving this person 2 hours at night from 8 to 10, texting back and forth, arguing, and saying stuff that don't even matter? Because you still in it. That's how you know you still in it. When you still engaging with the person. It ain't nothing nice. Y'all still toxic loving. One day I said, you are not giving this person another 15 minutes. And my answers became yes, no, and okay. And it only had to be about my son. He was like, you keep giving me these 2-word answers. Yes. Did you need something else? No. Okay. So that was my mantra for a long time. When I got that text or that email or that yes, no, okay. I'm not about to give nobody parts of my life in a negative way to cause me stress and strife, because y'all know stress is worse than any illness. Stress will elevate the illness in your body. Whatever it is you're going through, whether you have neck pain, back pain, a terminal illness, arthritis, whatever it is, stress will magnify that to the 5th power if you allow it to. That's why I stay at peace, because I want my body to be healthy on the inside. I remember being all bent up and sick and like, why can't I never not have no pain? Because I was stressing myself out. Yeah, who are you and where's Trey? Right, and it will make the whole house. I'm telling you, stress will kill you. Don't let them people stress you out. They want to stress you. Folks want to stress you out because it gives them power. I got power over me. Nobody ain't got control over this but me. Just like that lady today. I was like, you know what? You about to go off in here on this lady, and then you're going to feel bad when you get in the car. Like, why you let that lady take you out of character? Like, that ain't even the content of your character. Why you even let that lady make you go out of your face and use the F word? What you do that for? You done let this lady... Shame on you. Shame on you. No. Okay, I'm going to go, y'all, now. I love y'all. It's been a rich conversation. Please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. I don't know if y'all know y'all can subscribe here, too. Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. I think it's $5.99 a month. That's what they said earlier, but don't quote me. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, New You Nation Network YouTube channel, the channel for Generation X. Grown folks over there. Grown folks over there. Lynn Love said 8:30. That's 5 minutes from now. Some people are full of toxic energy. I taught the more money you have, you are happy. No, money don't make you happy. Money does not make you happy. 9 the last June 9. Hey, how you doing? Peace to you too. Lynn is trying to keep me here. Lynn Love, I love your hair. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Ladybug 4141. Make sure y'all tap the screen. Tap the screen and show me some love. Oh, they said y'all could give gifts. I'm learning about TikTok. I've been on here for a minute. Don't y'all know it's 43,000 of us on here? I thank each and every one of y'all who followed me. That is huge. That 43,000 people followed me. I am so grateful, thankful, and blessed that you allow me in your living room, kitchen, bathroom, car, wherever you might be right now. Never become a slave to money. Don't let it control you. No, don't let it control you. Don't let nothing control you. Don't let nothing control you. That's not what we're here for. That's a stadium. Yes, Simone, 43,000. I'm trying to tell y'all. Thank y'all for the hearts. Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all for the roses. Me and Simone going to do a meeting so I can know what the roses, the gifts, the hearts, and all of that mean, because I just don't know right now because I'm 53, and I just be on here because I love to talk to y'all. Good info. Got some info for you. Oh, good. Yes, Simone, because Simone is smart. Simone's smart and young. She going to say she not that young. I emailed you. Okay, perfect. I'll be answering your emails tomorrow because when I get off here, I'm going to eat my cherry turnover from that bakery because I was not leaving them turnovers because I drove there for them turnovers. I'm so mad that I'm never going to get another one. I hope the owner calls me or emails me because I need them turnovers, but I'm not going back in there until somebody apologizes to me. It ain't that much apple turnover in the world, but they so good. I drove, it's like 15 minutes from here, but today I told my son, I got to go get one of them turnovers. I was dreaming about them turnovers last night. Good night, Ladybug. I'm going to warm it up, and I got a little bit of ice cream. Light a candle. Girl, you know I don't use no candles. You know I'm over here with the essential oils. I don't use nothing I don't be messing around with the chemicals. Maybe I could find some natural candles, but I don't be messing around with no chemicals, with Jermaine in the house especially. Because you know Jermaine has autism and we don't want nothing. You take care too, Ladybug 4141. I'll be back on tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, Ladybug, in case you want to come back and see me. Follow me and I'll be here. You are so real. Thanks again. Thank you to my sisters in the building. So that's Tanya. Thank you, Tanya. Good night, Yummy. Thank you, love. I got two more minutes to say thank you to anybody who comes in. Love your platform. Thank you, Lynn Love, because Lynn Love said, you said you was going to stay here until 8:30 and you going to keep your word. And I am a woman of my word. But I love y'all and I love what I do. I love people. I love to inspire, motivate, and encourage people to live their best life. Everybody has a story and somebody needs to hear your story. Somebody needs to know that they're going to be okay through you. Love your content. Thank you, Jamil. Is it Jamil 24? Thank you, Sunset Love 21. Thank you for the hearts. I see y'all. Definitely. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, lovely. Thank you, Nurse 113. Oh, okay. Got it, Jamil. So thank y'all. I got 1 more minute. So y'all tap the screen. Show me some love. I really enjoyed this. Thank you. Quita? Is it Quita? I just respect your realness. Thank you so much. Stream the fireplace on YouTube. No candle. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, Simone. Simone teaching me how to bring it down a notch because Simone know I'm high strung. She like, Auntie be doing the most. Auntie, I'm going to teach Auntie how to chill out. Demetra. Thank you, Demetra. John Cox said it's 8:30. That's my people right there. I love y'all. Gotta go. Remember what I tell you at the end of all my broadcasts? You deserve the best. Yes, I'm talking to you. You deserve the best. Now go get it. Peace and blessings. And I love you. And I'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. God willing. Peace. Good night.